listening to Life is Funny That Way, a podcast by me, Sarah Batishi, and my mother. I'm going to let her introduce herself as she has a secret name or whatever name she feels like she needs to use.
Welcome, America. Welcome.
Back to that. Welcome, America.
Welcome to Life is Funny That Way. I have not decided which name I'm going to go with, so at some point I may change it, but we'll see how things go. Right now I'll just go with Diana. So, do you want to introduce the topic today, Sarah?
Yes, so first I want to mention my mother and I worked very hard to take a picture for you all for our cover. We did a DIY photo shoot, which consisted of my youngest sister using her camera that my parents paid for to take several photos of us in the dining room.
Several photos.
I think I was blind afterwards.
Yes.
And we did our best, America.
Yeah.
And I've posted it for you, and I hope you enjoy it.
The first shot, my makeup was blending me into the wall, so we moved away to fix the problem of my makeup, and now we're set up against the back of the curtains. So you can see my face now a little bit there. But anyway.
Right, we had to put a colorful background so that you could see Mom's face.
Yes, a colorful chair and some colorful curtains. And then I was present.
Yes. I feel like that's always how pictures go in this family.
Yes.
You know, we don't have luck with any family pictures.
No.
We have that picture of when we took it Thanksgiving years ago, and all of us kids look like it's our prison mugshot. I don't think any of us are smiling.
Nobody but Mom. Mom had the camera ready pose.
Yes, it's that southern part of you.
Yes, I had the poker face on.
Camera ready, smiling, beautiful, fresh faced.
Yes, I'm gonna smile, although all my children are hungry and angry. That's what the picture was saying, America.
I think, the most recent picture that we did was like 4 or 5 years ago. And I told everyone the dress code, a white shirt and jeans. My youngest sister, X, one who we shall not name, showed up in pink pants. I said jeans.
Yes, and I did wear black pants that day, America. But I'm the mother, so I can change my attire to my mood.
Right. Right, I don't know. I think that's
and you guys looked great. I was the one. I didn't feel good that day, and I was the one who had that look on my face
James also had that look on his face because he didn't want to take pictures at all. And
James never wants to take pictures.
He never wants to take pictures.
He never smiles. So we just have accepted that and moved on.
Yeah, that's also why Dad has decided he's not going to pay for family pictures.
Yeah.
Did you guys just have a discussion?
Well, we tried to do it because all of you guys were coming in this one Christmas, and we decided, I said, let's have a family picture again. That other one was taken a while back. Let's do another. And Dad said, I don't know about that. And I told her, I went and we checked on it, and I found out how much it was going to cost. And then he was like, well, we already got one good picture up there.
The one where my sister and Mom are wearing different colored pants.
Yeah.
And James had a miserable face.
Yes.
And, So,
Dad was saying those were pretty good for us.
Right. So I think that's
considering our history with picture taking.
I think what we ended up doing was taking a picture with the tripod.
Yeah.
That I bought off Amazon. So that's nice.
Yes.
That's nice. That's good.
And I think maybe some people did smile for that. You guys are grown up, so you can do a little bit of poker face when you need to.
Right.
Yeah.
I
don't know about James.
I don't know about that. I don't know. We do our best.
Yeah.
Anyways, so today's topics are very special topics, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to discuss my mother's cooking.
Yep.
And we're going to
homemade, down-home cooking. I'm going to tell you all about it, America.
Homemade. Wow, that's a word. That's a way to describe it, Mom.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to talk about family emergencies.
Yes.
In the Batishi family.
Yes, we're going to tell you how we handle emergencies, America.
America. So let's go ahead and talk about your cooking, Mom. Like, go ahead. Why don't you?
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead? You want me to tell them? Let's go ahead.
You want to go with the
this.
history?
Yes.
You want to start with the background info?
What this means, what my mom cooking means, is usually we're eating out.
Yes.
Or
Pizza Hut, Taco Bell,
right.
McDonald's. Yeah, that's the way I love to cook.
Or Stouffer's lasagna, which I really like. I prefer the Stouffer's.
Stouffer's is good.
Yeah. Yeah. This was where I had my first experience with acronyms. FFY night.
Yes.
Anytime my dad went out of town, all of us kids were excited, yes, fast food. That's what it meant. We got fast food. Fend for yourself night, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. FFY.
That meant there was stuff in the freezer. There's a microwave. Heat it up. That was my night off.
I feel like we even went shopping for TV dinners.
Yes.
Before Dad left.
You got to pick your own. I thought it was fair.
Yeah, so that's where
I love those grocery trips.
FFY night was formed.
That's my favorite time to go to the grocery store. FFY night.
You've always been easier to talk into eating out than Dad. Dad, we have food here. We have food in the fridge. Okay. Mom is like, can we have McDonald's? So, yes, that's a good idea. Let's do that.
All the kids agree. Let's have wings. Yep.
That is the first experience. Basically, Mom doesn't cook.
No.
If she does...
It's burnt.
It's burnt. It's covered in saran wrap.
We're going to get to that.
We'll get to that. Okay. Yeah, because I have a few things to say about that, too.
Yeah, we're not talking regular saran wrap. We're talking saran wrap glued to the food because I forgot to take it out of the oven.
That was eaten. They thought it was butter.
Let's talk about this. Let's get to this in a minute.
Go ahead, defend yourself, Mom.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you people, America, I'm going to tell you about the saran wrap rolls that I tried to make.
Tell us what happened, Mom.
Okay. First of all, they were pre-made rolls. So you would think that would be easy, right? All you had to do, they were frozen. You put them on a tray to thaw for a couple hours to rise, and you covered them with saran wrap. That was part of the instructions on the rolls. So I did that, but when it came time to bake it, I forgot, America, to take the saran wrap off.
Okay, hang on. I need to interject here because you looked at the pan. Did you not? You looked at the pan and you missed the saran wrap? Is that see-through that you missed?
I guess, America, I was not paying attention. I don't know what happened. Well, here's the thing. I put the saran wrap in the oven, and midway through the cooking process, I thought, did I take the saran wrap off? And so by that time I opened the oven, I looked at the rolls, and they were kind of glossy looking, but I couldn't tell if maybe it's melted saran wrap, maybe it's not. It had already melted. I couldn't tell.
Okay, so again, you looked in the oven and saw something melted over the rolls, knowing full well you didn't put butter on the rolls before, so you just figured there's nothing there. Right. I guess we're good here.
Right.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, and I served the rolls to my family, to my grandchild. And before, who was it? I think it was Autumn. You weren't here, Sarah, but I think it was Autumn. Midway through the rolls.
No one was supervising you at this time.
No, you asked that in the text. Who's supervising Mom? And midway through it, somebody made the statement, did you take the saran wrap off these rolls?
Was it Dad?
I think it was Dad, and I said, oh. And then everybody looked at their rolls. They looked at me horrified.
Because they'd already at least eaten one, right?
Yes, and I fed it to my grandchild, and so I was worried about some kind of poisoning. And I was the only one to have not eaten my full roll. And actually, it tasted pretty good. I didn't notice the first part of the saran wrap. And then I went over to the tray And I looked at it after they said that, and I noticed that there was saran wrap around all the edges, melted saran wrap, just clumps of it.
Saran wrap on the tray.
Yes.
It doesn't look like butter. I don't know how.
No.
I don't know where.
No.
You got confused.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, America.
But
I don't know.
I feel like you know that it's bad. Like when Dad and James leave for scout camp, and James says a prayer to get their journey started. In his prayer, he prays that Grandma will have a safe cooking experience, that she will not put saran wrap on any of the food, will not bake any saran wrap.
That she will not poison anyone.
Right. He's looking out for you because he knows you're about to be unsupervised for a week.
Yes.
And
it's going to be scary.
It's going to be scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was one example, America, of how I tend to cook.
Mommy, stop saying America.
I like saying that. I want to keep saying that. I need to go to the next example of how I cook. And let me see here.
She's going through.
I'm going through my phone.
My mom said, so I called my mom today to let her know when I'm going to be over to record. And she's like, okay, I have cards. And I'm just like thinking in my head, I don't know what that means, but I'm just going to tell her okay. And so I get here and she's got cards for me. She's got note cards for me. She's got her own note cards ready. We took some time to prepare this for you, just like we did with our picture.
Yeah.
Something that I had notated was I would like to discuss Scout Camp. Because Dad says what happens at Scout Camp stays at Scout Camp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And they get back, and my son is filthy, and my dad just hands me the bag and is like, he's like, I don't know what's clean or what's dirty. You just probably should wash everything, which I planned on doing. But when I put in the laundry today, I realized my son had not changed his socks all week. He maybe wore 2 out of the 7 pairs of socks that I put in there. And then I had to check for ticks.
My husband says, he just claims that's a Scout Camp. You don't worry about hygiene.
You don't worry about it.
Just go.
What happens there stays there is what he said.
You just go. You just get dirty. You just have fun.
And then
you just go.
He tops it off with, check for ticks. Great. Thank you. And James's sarcasm level has not changed. So it was a real treat to have his sarcastic personality back after a quiet week.
Yes, especially considering he took his shower after and then put back on his dirty socks.
Yes.
Yes.
And insisted they were clean because he had just put them on that day.
Yeah.
Over his dirty legs.
Yes.
Here nor there.
Okay, I got what happened when I tried to make sweet and sour chicken with my husband. I did have supervision. We were going to cook together because I thought, surely if I just read the instructions to him and he does the cooking, there can't be a problem, right? Well, that's where I was wrong. So let me tell you what happened. Okay, so first thing I did, reading from the instructions, not paying attention again, realized that I told him the wrong amount of soy sauce to add to the dinner, which he caught me and he said, well, I don't think it's that. I think it's a tablespoon, not a cup. And I mean, there's a big difference between a cup and a tablespoon. So I was like, oh, yeah, you're right. I rechecked it. You're right. Okay. Then
this is under his supervision, and Dad's real precise with cooking too.
Yeah, that's why he's so good.
Yeah.
So then I realized that I had been reading the steps to him, and I had been going from step 1 to step 3, skipping step 2. But I caught myself, and I think he kind of figured something was up because he kind of questioned a lot of things I said.
He started out with suspicions.
Yeah, he knows. He's prepared.
He started out wary on the fence about how that was going to go.
Yeah. So then he told me there was a chicken packet to go in the chicken for the chicken stir fry, and then there was a rice packet to go in the fried rice. Well, somehow I do not know how this occurred, but somehow I got the packets mixed up. So he put the chicken packet into the rice, and he put the rice packet into the chicken. Yeah. So, but he caught himself, and he had to scoop it out gently before adding the water to the. I mean, you should have seen him trying to get little pieces of seasoning off the rice. It was quite hilarious, but I won't give the poor man a hard time. But anyway, so I thought, okay, he cannot die, because if he dies, I'm going to die of starvation, because he feeds me.
I love that that's your first thought.
Yes.
If Dad dies, you'll starve.
Yes, it is. It's survival of the fittest these days. Yes. I want to be one of the fittest. So Dad keeps cooking. I'm good. So, let me talk now. Let me go to, what do you remember this, Sarah? I don't know if you remember this. You were little, maybe 5. It was a long time ago. I served.
So, like 30 years ago. That was a long time ago.
Yes. I served a barbecued meatloaf for dinner. And it tasted okay, but it came out kind of crumbly looking and kind of,
Meatloaf is always questionable, I feel like.
Yeah.
It looks questionable,
Yeah.
to be honest.
That's true. So we'll give me that.
I'll give you that.
So Addie, my son Addison, we call him Addie sometimes. Everybody sat at the table and just looked at it when I served it. Do you remember this, Sarah, or no?
Well, I remember the story.
But you don't remember it.
I don't remember it. I don't think it traumatized me the way it traumatized Addison.
Okay, well, Addison was 3 years old, and he was the only one to speak up at the table. Everybody was just sitting staring at it. Nobody had taken it yet, and Addie looks at it in his little 3-year-old eyes, and he said, he had this look on his face like, what are you trying to pull over on us, Mom? And he says, is this dog food? And I was just like, and then we all busted up laughing. But the poor child knew at 3 years old he needed to be careful, because one night he might just get gravy train or some kind of dog food accidentally served by his mother.
He figured out young. He probably would have stopped this whole saran wrap mess if he were here.
Yeah. He would have figured it out. Well, this is why
Addie's had so many experiences with the amount of times he's cracked his head, he got his finger stuck in the station wagon, that he's always watching out for the rest of us.
Yeah.
He's watching out. There have been times where he's watched out for me, and I got my finger stuck in the station wagon. He immediately jumped over. So he's
and
always
unlocked it. Yeah.
Questioning the food choices. He's questioning everybody's safety.
Yeah.
He's
smart.
He's on the lookout.
Yeah. And this is why I don't cook Thanksgiving. My husband does the cooking. I do the table. I do the decorations.
Yes, Dad has a gift. I can follow a recipe and I can cook pretty well, but anytime I cook, I feel like everything's just always a mess. It's not as organized. Dad has everything labeled and the measurements already set out and set aside, and he's just it works for him. Yes, it does.
And we enjoy it. We are really grateful that he can cook, because I am obviously hopeless and probably never going to be. I'm never going to be a cook.
Every night would be FFY night.
Yeah.
If it were up to you.
Yes. Every night would be FFY night. You're right. I would definitely do that. Well, should we go on to our next topic?
Yes.
Okay.
You're so precise.
I'm good at one
scripted,
thing. I'm so scripted.
You're scripted.
Not with food.
So, family emergencies. Mom, let's go ahead and let's discuss this. I feel like we should just preface with the fact that we all handle the situations differently.
Yep.
And the most recent experience, I guess we call it was an emergency situation because we had a tornado warning, and it was kind of scary. It was
at 3
really
a.m.
scary. It was 3 a.m. We're used to hearing that tornado siren go off. They test it once a month at the beginning of the month, and it goes off at 3 a.m. It was unexpected. I woke up to this siren, and I was nervous and kind of checking to see how serious it was. I remember getting a text from you, Mom, like letting me know that there was a tornado warning and that it was going off. Like I didn't know.
Yep.
Like I didn't hear. Like it somehow missed my section of the state. You had texted me. I'm 15 minutes away from her, and she's like, "There's a tornado warning," and I didn't answer because I'm trying to figure out the seriousness. And so then I'm pretty sure this was under Mom's instruction that my dad calls to let me know what I need to do in a tornado warning.
Yes.
And
they were saying take shelter now.
Okay.
So that's why I had call her now.
Call her now. Right. I get that. when I hear take shelter, what happens in me and James on our side, we'll get to your little runaround here, but I'm going to tell you now, since it's over, I was outside looking at the sky to see when it was going to come and when exactly.
What direction.
I needed to take shelter.
Like you could jump away from it.
How serious is this?
Yes. Yeah.
James thought it was a drill.
Yeah.
James thought, he's like, oh, I thought it was... He thought they just simply changed the time.
Yeah.
Of
they were changing
the
it up.
Drill.
They were changing it up.
Yeah. It was that they were changing the date and the time when they do the test run of the tornado warning siren. And so it's all over.
Yeah.
This whole situation is over. I think there's still an alert for you guys, for Greenwood area. Oh, oops. For the area you live in.
You're so good with keeping personal information confident.
Mom, no one.
This is America. My bank account's going to be known by America.
Right. You were so worried about...
Are you going to give the numbers of my bank account? Okay, Sarah.
You need to worry about Autumn. She has those memorized.
That's true. She has my credit card memorized. That's the one I need to worry about.
Yeah.
It's not America.
It's not America. You're worried about... You stayed home waiting for Dad's car parts because you're worried about the gangs in the suburb coming to get them. So you stayed home to make sure you got those car parts in immediately. Which also, that's shady. What's Dad getting car parts delivered to his door? It just reminds me of Matilda, that one scene where the cops are watching him because he's getting the car parts that fell off the back of the truck delivered.
But you know what he's doing.
I know.
You know he's rebuilding a car.
Mom, there's nothing nefarious in our family. Everyone knows that. You don't have to tell everyone.
These days I'm not sure about you.
America and the government is not worried about us.
Oh, I'm glad. That's a relief.
And you shouldn't worry because I've already been honest about my future career in the apocalypse. I will be a criminal.
Yes. This is how she's going to survive. And
I'm going to survive.
She's made me so proud with this choice.
Yes. So back to this whole tornado situation. Finally, I get this text, and it's like, I don't know, it was like 3 a.m. It was 2:30 in the morning. I get a text from Autumn, and it's just like... She's
living at home with us right now. So
so I get a text from Autumn, and she's like, normal, regular tornado alert routines for us. Mom comes busting into my room in a panic, telling me to get downstairs immediately, waking me up with a heart attack.
Yep.
She's like, I finally get downstairs, and she asks me to go back upstairs to close the garage door all the way, so that so that it's not left open. There's no crack in the door. She's like, not only does it seem irrational or illogical that the door would blow away from a tiny crack, but she's sending her only child,
her youngest,
her child back upstairs to close the door while she
stays safely in the basement. Now let me clarify, America. The crack in the garage door was for the cat to get in. And the cat had come in because Autumn went out in the middle of the tornado to get her cat before she came out down the basement. Yes. So the cat is safe. He always comes running in when there's a tornado fire or whatever thing that goes off. Alarm. So I said to the kids, hey, if Autumn blew away to Oz, my financial problems would be over. So, of course, I sent her upstairs in a middle of a tornado.
She sacrificed Autumn.
Yes.
To close the garage door all the way. It's not even open that much. If you're not a cat, you cannot fit through it.
Yes.
So I don't think that the tornado. I don't know. You had some kind of rationale there.
Yes.
And I'm just not sure.
I did.
Meanwhile, Dad is what? Like she said he immediately headed for the spare bedroom downstairs and went to bed.
We have a spare bedroom in the basement. He was still half asleep. He went downstairs into the basement. And went into the bedroom and went to bed. And the rest of us sat in front of the TV down there. So, that was how it was handled.
That's usually how it goes. Like, you're into a panic, that's why we always call Dad. It's funny because we'll call you if, like, we'll call you to ask for money, or if, like, we know we're about to be in trouble, like, we call you to, like, get you on our good side or explain the situation to you first before it's presented to Dad. But, like, in the actual emergency, we just call Dad first. Or if we're in the actual trouble, in the hot water, then we just call our dad. It's already done.
Yes.
It's already going on. We just need the calm, rational person.
Yes. And I am not that person.
You are not that person.
I'm the person to say, what? And then freak out for,
just like, what happened at the hotel with the fire alarm?
Okay, here's what happened. We were on the 13th floor of this hotel, just my husband and I. And the fire alarm went off, and everybody's evacuating their rooms. I think a bunch of people were taking the elevators. I'm not even sure if we might have taken the elevator, although it says do not take the elevator. They have their signs right by the elevator. Do not take the elevator in the event of a fire. But, I'm 13 floors up. I'm lazy. I'm not
taking them stairs.
I'm not taking them stairs. So, well, the first thing that happened, the fire alarm, it was 6 a.m, the fire alarm went off. I immediately shot out of bed. I wasn't completely dressed, and I ran around the room for about, a few minutes, until my husband grabbed me by the shoulders and said, stop. You need to calm down.
Another thing they tell you not to do is gather your things, which I was doing.
Get in your purse.
Just leave your crap there and get out if there's a fire.
Yeah. So luckily Dad was there and he guided me. He said, get dressed and come with me. I mean, people were going out in their pajamas and everything. So he talked me through the steps. Get dressed, and go downstairs. And we did, and it was okay. But yeah. So that was my thing with the fire in the hotel. The fire that didn't happen. The fire that...
Of course, that was probably just a practice drill.
Yeah.
Just like the tornado.
Yeah. Yeah. Although the tornado was an actual thing.
Mom, I know that it was real. I'm aware it was real. But I like to push the limits and wait until...
you actually see it coming.
If I have to I'm gonna wait until I actually have to get in the tub or wherever they tell you to go in a tornado. James was clearly just confused, thinking they changed the time of the drill.
Yeah.
And I get it. I think the only time I really panicked in a situation was when I cracked Daddy's head open.
Yeah.
And to be fair, that was an accident.
Yes.
He was not...
You pushed him.
I kicked him. He was karate chopping me first.
Oh, okay.
You guys act like he wasn't asking for it. We were playing karate, and I kicked him into the corner, and he cracked his head open. And that was the only time you were actually calm, because I'm like,
Dad wasn't there.
Dad wasn't
and
there.
I had to be calm. I had to be calm.
You were on the phone, and you're like, I need to call you back.
Yeah.
My son cracked his head open. Can I use a butterfly bandage for that?
Yes. I wanted to know, well, speaking of bandages, let me tell you when I left my husband in charge of the kids. I had 3 kids at that time. I think Sarah was 5, Addie was 3, and then we had a baby. So I thought, well, I'm going to get out for an hour or 2 while the baby's asleep, and I'm going to go do my thing. Going to go do shopping or whatever, and I'm going to let my husband, Ned, manage the children. He can give them a bath and get them ready for bed and la la la. So I leave him. There were no cell phones at this time. And I come back, and he says to me, he's just real blunt, like it's no big deal. He says, let me just preface this story. Well, tell you little details. I don't know if you all know about when you nurse. I was nursing a baby at that time, and you have these things called breast pads. I'm telling America.
America knows what a breast pad is.
Okay, I didn't know that.
If they don't, they probably don't even need to listen to this podcast.
Okay. Well, anyway, then I'll just continue with the story. I just want to inform.
I think they know what breast pads are, they know what maxi pads are, and it's okay to say this on a podcast.
Okay.
You should hear the things people say on podcasts.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay.
Continue.
Didn't want anybody's ears to bleed.
Let America know.
So, okay. So I came home. My husband just point blank turns to me and says, Addie cracked his head in the bathtub. And
casual. Casual. Real
like
casual.
No big deal. And I freaked out, of course, like I do. I said, what? I said, where is he? What did you do?
Also,
and he said,
I'd like to know, this is the first time he cracked his head open. Go on,
we considered having him wear a helmet to school. I sent that note to his teacher after he jumped up and hit the ceiling and cracked it the third time.
Oh, gosh, poor kid. Oh,
so, anyway.
Oh, no.
So, I come home. He tells this to me. I said, what happened? He said, well, he was jumping in the bathtub, and I said, don't jump. He jumped one more time and fell back and hit his head in the tub. Oh. And I said, well, where is he? Well, does he need stitches? Where is he? He says, he's asleep. I said, you let a child with a head wound go to sleep? And he didn't know what to say at that point because he had let him go to sleep. And so I go running into Addie's room. I open the door. He's there asleep. He's got a nursing pad on the back of his head tied with a Ninja Turtle band. That's how
Dad talked.
That's how my husband treated it.
Because he loved Ninja Turtles. He had like a Ninja Turtle headband. He had like
he was sleeping in Ninja Turtle pajamas. Yeah,
it was cool.
Matched. Yeah,
it was cool. It was the way to get it. Oh man, yeah.
So that was the way he stopped the bleeding. We didn't need paramedics. Ned had that Ninja Turtle band with my breast pad pressed against the wound.
You made him go to the hospital. Poor Addie.
Yeah. So then I look at it and I say, this boy needs stitches. I said, take him to the hospital. So the poor kid gets like 5 stitches.
And tell him what happened when he's getting the stitches. Oh,
so
they had to wrap him.
I had the baby at home, so I stayed home. Ned took him to the hospital. And when they did the stitches to Addie, he was just 3, and they're wrapping him around, turning him upside down on this little thing, and they're wrapping his arms to his sides.
So he can't move when he gets the stitches.
Yeah, so Addie has no clue. He's going around going, hi, Dad, every
time he goes around.
Every time he comes up and he sees his dad standing there, hi, Dad.
He's got a head wound this whole time.
Yep. So eventually they get it wrapped up. He's facing the floor, and they go to stitch him up, and they give him that needle. Oh my gosh. And he was like, Dad! And they just did the thing. And Ned felt really bad. He felt horrible when he got home. But that was, that story.
I think that would have been hard for you if you were there.
Yes,
so
it would have.
It was a good thing you didn't have to go. It's a good thing you had the excuse of staying home with the other 2 kids.
Yes.
Because...
And I used that excuse for a reason, because I did not want to go and see his little face go through that. So
It is Ninja Turtle pajamas.
Yeah. So I immediately suggested Ned go. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well.
So, now, Sarah, you weren't there. You were living near us, but you weren't there for the bear story.
I thought I was there.
Were you there?
That's when James was born. I think I remember staring out the window.
Yes, you were there then. You were there.
Mom, I'm there. You just don't remember me because I'm just trying to figure out when I need to, jump into action or get somewhere safe.
Or calm me down.
I'm calculating, when I really need to take the situation seriously.
Yeah. Okay.
What I've been doing in most of my life is not working out well. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Don't do things that way.
Yes. So, Autumn went out for a walk with her friend, and we lived in a neighborhood, and we had woods behind our house, and they were walking.
We're in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we were in Pennsylvania at the time.
It's a heavily wooded area.
Yeah. And so she went walking with her friend down the street, and they saw something, and they thought it was a wolf at first, and then they got a little closer, and they realized it was a bear. And it was in our neighbor's trash. And so...
just casually hanging out in the
yeah.
trash.
Yeah. Yeah, just looking at the
living
two
its
girls.
best life.
Watching the two girls walk. Okay, there they are, eating the trash. So Autumn comes running in and says, Mom, there's a bear outside. And I said, Bear? Are you serious? And she said, yeah. And so I said, okay, lock the doors.
Lock the doors.
Shut the windows and turn out the lights.
Turn off the lights.
And Xana said
like
to me...
the bear won't know we're in there if the lights are off.
Yes. And Xana says to me...
Who says to you? X?
Yeah. Oh, X. Miss X. She said to me, if only we knew how to edit, we could edit that out. But anyway, it's already been done.
She won't know. She won't listen. It's fine.
Yeah. So X says to me, Mom, it's not a raptor. It's a bear. The lights, turning out the lights, it's not going to help anything.
It's a full-on real-life predator.
Yeah, it's a bear. If it were a raptor, we would have to turn out the lights.
We don't need to lock the door.
Yeah.
Or close the windows.
So this is what I did that was kind of strange. First of all, Autumn wanted to go back outside and meet it, and I prevented her from doing that.
In her cloak. That was when she was wearing cloaks.
Yes, and her animal-loving nature.
Yes.
Wanted to go out and meet the bear, and I prevented that.
Which I don't understand that logic. I don't
know.
Why are you going to meet a bear?
Yeah.
Do you know how thick its claws
She
are?
thought it was cute. So,
like they're
anyway.
friendly?
Yeah, like they're friendly.
She watched too much Winnie the Pooh as a kid, I think.
Yes, I think so. So, then at that point when the house was locked, the rooms were darkened, I decide to see this bear myself. So I raised the floor level window that went to the floor, raised it up, and looked through the screen. Like the bear at that point had walked right in front of the window. And so I had, like at that point, a screen was going to protect me from the bear. And all the kids came over and they all stared staring at the bear.
We have no sense of self-preservation.
Yeah, the bear didn't notice us, thank goodness, and just walked on right by us. But we were all at the window. Don't make any noise. Nobody breathe.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just keep the lights off.
Keep the lights off.
The bear probably knew that we were there and was just like, oh, these people.
I know, these idiots.
Like, these morons. I've got to go find another trash can. This is not ideal.
Yeah. So I don't think he ate out of our trash can. He decided we were crazy enough. He didn't know what we'd had. What I'd cooked. He didn't know what I'd cooked. It would be in there.
Cooked.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was the bear story. So, yeah. The only family emergency that I can remember was when, the last one that I can remember is when Dad cut his arm. Were you there when that happened?
No.
Or were you there and I didn't notice you were there? Which happened for a good part of your life.
This is, one of the...
Being the oldest.
Definitely one of the times that I was not there. I don't even know if I recall this. Was this recent?
No, this is when we lived in Utah. We also lived in Utah, America. We've lived in 8 different states. So we're not running from the law. Or are we? Okay. So anyway.
You're gonna have to clarify that with all your friends.
I know.
All your church friends. I'm not a criminal.
I'm not
My daughter might be. I'm not part of this.
I'm not part of this. I tried to raise her right,
America. The car
America.
parts were bought and paid for in full, legitimately,
yes.
legally.
Yes. So, they were building a house next door to us. And you know how you always want to go look and see what kind of the house looks like on the inside.
You know how you always want to be nosy?
Yes.
And see what the other person has?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we went over to look, and we looked and got almost through it when I'm really clumsy, and Ned knows how clumsy I am. So he put his arm out he said there's a nail or there was like a big spike thing sticking out. And he put his arm out to block me from falling into it.
Oh, God.
And I don't know how this happened, but somehow he got his arm instead of mine and got it cut. So, we walk over. Autumn is 10. We walked over to our house. And when I saw this wound, I started panicking. He says, it needed stitches. And your dad, you know how he is. Oh, it's fine. It'll heal. It'll be fine. It's just a flesh wound, you know.
Flesh wound, yeah.
Shot with a bullet or something. And so you started, okay, we just need to do this and such. And I was started running around in just panic mode. And then I noticed while I was running around panicking about it, he was telling my youngest Autumn to fix it. And he was telling her, okay, get the...
Is he sitting here bleeding in someone else's house?
Yeah. No, he was in ours.
Oh, so you went back to your house.
We were just right next door. So we went back into the laundry room, and we had a sink there, and that's where we kept all the bandages and things.
So the 10-year-old is giving him first aid.
He's saying, yes, okay, Autumn, take the piece of tape, put the Neosporin on it, do such and such. And then I realized she was doing that while I had been running around panicking. And so saying, oh, do you need to go to the hospital? Do you need to... I think he did get a tetanus shot the next day.
He did need a tetanus shot.
I think he did get one. I'm pretty sure he did. But yeah, she was the one who was calm, cool, and collected to fix it. And as with cooking, it's not my thing. I mean...
Emergencies are not my thing. That's what your new mantra is.
Yeah.
Emergencies.
Yeah, if I'm ever on a plane and somebody needs assistance, as a Christian, I would love to help them.
I would love to help you.
I am going to knock them over and run.
You can't run on a plane. Mom, for the amount of flights you've been on, I don't think the flight attendants can explain enough the procedures because you will not remember them.
No, I won't.
You'll just freak out, and they'll have to get on the intercom and say, ma'am, we're going to need you to calm down so everybody can safely put on their oxygen masks.
Yeah, we're going to have to sing Kumbaya or something. Just something quiet and calming.
I don't even know the words to that song.
Yeah, yes. An old song. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to sing it, but Sarah has a beautiful voice. She could sing it.
I'm not going to sing that song.
I'm not going to sing it. It would calm me right now if you did.
Are you worried?
Yeah, I'm tense. I'd feel better if you sang Kumbaya.
I don't even know the words.
Okay. I will give that up then. So those are our topics for today. Well, America, that's what we got.
I just want to let you guys know that for a while things are going to be real awkward, especially the endings, because Mom can't figure out how to sign off.
No,
she feels like we've got to let you know. Those are the topics. So. Thank you everyone for listening.
And in my defense, I just want to say, I was the one who knew, when I knew that we were going to do a podcast, said, well, then I need to lose weight first.
Right. So your voice sounds lighter. That's what you said.
Yes. I said my voice will sound lighter. And I had to think, okay, they're not going to see me. So everybody was trying to figure out why I need to lose weight for a podcast. But that was my logic.
Her voice sounds lighter. That was her logic. Just like that was her logic to turn off all the lights.
Yeah.
So the bear wouldn't see.
I own it. I claim it.
Just like it was your logic to send Autumn back upstairs for the tiny crack.
Yes.
If a tornado comes, Mom, nothing stands a chance.
Yes, I'm realizing that now.
Everything's going to be blown away.
But I can't promise that I won't freak out and I will
send Autumn
to check it.
Into the
garage.
Funnel, right directly into the
funnel. Or outside to find the cat. Something. So, but anyway, that's all we have for today, America.
That's all we have. America.
Hope you have a great week.
Have a happy 4th of July. And
we hopefully won't have any injuries or getting burned. Anybody get burned with fireworks?
Dad said he's not doing fireworks this year.
He's not doing fireworks.
His exact words were, "I'm not burning money up this year." And that was my moment where I realized, man, he's old. He is an old man. He reached that point.
He's doing more old man things now that he's 57, and just like when I hadn't seen him in a week, when he was coming home from scout camp with his son, and he went with a bunch of other people, And he used to say things to me like, I miss you. I can't wait to see you. Things like this. And then he says to me, I get a text. First time he's had communication with me.
This isn't
for
a
a
group
week.
text. Imagine what it's like being the only child in your parents' group text. This
Yes.
isn't the group text with us.
Yes.
It was me, you, and Dad.
Yes, and Dad says, did you take out the trash cans this week? And I was like, well, of course I took out the trash cans. But I was like, is that what you're going to say to me after you finally get into, where you can where you can text me? And that's what you say to me. And I told him that. And I don't know. I sent him a separate text in a private,
I know. I think I was involved in that text too.
Oh,
and then I was also involved when I pulled up with Dad and James unloading all the stuff. The first thing you say to him, "Oh, your hair looks real silver. You're
gray.
real gray.
Yeah.
You're real gray now. You got real."
It did though.
In fact, you said, "Did your hair get grayer?"
Yeah, I
Okay.
did say that.
Okay.
Because it looked really gray to me. So I guess he's not the only person saying weird things now.
That was your
My
version
initial
of
greeting.
that was your version of, did you take out the trash can?
Yes, that's what it was. Well, we'd been there with like 15 kids for the week, 10 or 15 kids. So, yeah, and a bunch of adults. So they did all kinds of cliff jumping and all kinds of fun things.
Which he told me after, he admitted that the water was a little shallow compared to the cliffs they were jumping off. And I said, what? And he said, oh, I forgot the rule. What happens at scout camp stays at scout camp.
Oh, I heard there were leeches too. I don't know if he told you that.
No, he didn't. That's nice. That's
yes,
fine.
Being James's mom, he didn't want you to worry. That's why he kept sending you pictures that he was alive.
Meanwhile, in the text to you, he's letting you know there's leeches
and
ticks.
Yeah.
And all
which
the
is
things.
making me worry too.
Right.
And they're going in caves, and that's making me nervous. But we won't go. We'll have to say that for another topic.
Another
day.
Another podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Thank you again for listening. Life is funny that way.
Life is funny that way.